Bombay Theatre Company presents Mothers Know Best. Written and directed by Padmashree Pandey. Performed by Vijaylaxmi Gurav and Akshaya.
Ma, Ma, did you think about it?
Look what this woman has done now.
What? Which woman? Ma, did you even listen to my question?
This Shashi yaar. She wants to leave her husband now. At this age.
Good, she should. I mean, it's not too late. You can leave dad as well. You and Shashi Masi can become drinking buddies together then. You know, start a blog, find another single woman your age, start a kitty, go on world tour.
Fine. I'll bite. But it's not going to be that easy. I found some articles after the last time we spoke. And now I have a few questions for you.
Really warming up, aren't we?
I was going to broach the subject this evening before you plotted my divorce.
Wait a minute. Were you actually going to listen this time? You prepared? Ma, this is great. You really did your research well, huh? I'm impressed.
Well, it's not every day that a 25-year-old comes to you and says, Ma, I want to be a solo parent, is it?
I know I caught you by surprise, and I'm sorry. But I feel it in my bones. This desire to be your mother. I really want to go through with it, Ma. I did not come to you with a childish whim.
Yeah, I really can't go through those again with you. Remember that time when you made me buy that frock in every color and didn't wear any of them? Yeah, not indulging you again. But thank God, Sunita's daughter, Rama, she was the same age as you. So I gave them away to her. At least her daughter appreciated it. Imagine how I felt every time she came over to our house in one of the dresses.
I miss Sunita, Didi. I wish she didn't have to go.
I didn't want to let her go either. But her mother died in their village and she was called back to look after her aging father. Not that they had any dearth of caretakers in their families, but no, they all wanted Sunita to bear the burden. Bloody leeches, I tell you. Never met anyone more honest and hardworking than her. And that is the only reason why I always left you in her care when you were younger. And Rama also made a good companion for you.
Yeah, she did. What happened to her now?
Are? Didn't I tell you? Must have slipped my mind. Sunita's brothers got Rama married off. But I'm glad before that she could complete a BSc at least. If that husband of hers is any good, he would let her teach in some school in their village. You know, God knows how many times I tried to convince Sunita to send Rama back to us. We would have taken care of her. There's plenty room here. But she could never stand up to her brothers.
See, Ma, that's the part that infuriates me the most. I don't want to ask for anybody's permission or wait for some family member to decide my fate. Which is why I told you I'm not getting married either.
Not every marriage ends up like that, Sunita. You need to stop generalizing things.
Ma, I tried it all. Except those silly dating apps. I did everything to meet a man organically. but it never comes to any fruition. Either my office timings are a problem to them or the fact that I'm earning well. You know what? Some even wondered how I'm so sure of myself at such a young age. I mean, what do I do?
And that idiot Tejas? That's over for good.
Yeah, ma. That was ages ago. Guess what? His Roka is also done now.
Good riddance. You know, you should also try that. I mean, instead of those hookup apps, directly download the marriage apps. Can't go wrong there, right? The agenda there is clear.
Don't fit their criteria, ma. Doesn't help that I'm product of an unhappy marriage either.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't want marriage, fine. Stop attacking mine.
How many times have you told me that you kept your marriage working only because you didn't want to hurt Tata by moving out?
Yes, I did. But that's not the only reason why I'm still married to your father.
Is it? Give me one good reason why you would put up with the fast then.
Is he a good father to you?
Yes.
Then that's enough for me to hold on to. We have our differences, but he never makes me feel disrespected. And he helped me raise you, hands on. And I'll never forget the early months after you were born. Never did he let me wake up in the middle of the night to change you. It's just that
He's
he,
simple minded with limited needs, and you are a woman of the world. I get it.
that makes me sound so cheap.
No, Amma. I I just wish that you would have communicated your wishes to someone before saying yes to the first proposal that came to you.
My father was clear. Your father's parents were teachers like mine. Our backgrounds matched. He made a decent living and didn't have any vices too. So your tata thought that's more than enough in a match for me. And I acquiesced.
But the weight of this decision falls on me now. I've heard all those things that you used to murmur in the kitchen after an argument with dad. How you used to fly into rage at his simple mindedness, how you knew you were better than him, how you settled, and how he owes you everything in this house. Amma, do you know how incredibly daunting and suffocating that is? For us both, he's, he's just too kind to never say anything to you.
How long has this been on your mind?
For years now. But my perspective changed after I turned 25.
Why? What changed?
All my friends were getting serious and settling down. And honestly, I was in that frame of mind too. When I actively started looking and realizing that no one fits the bill. So I thought that I should lower my standards, but then I realized that I never set the bar this high. You did. After all the arguments with dad, you would come to me and say, Sumi, never settle for anything less than equal. I would mentally cross it off my list that I didn't even know I was making. So I never learned how to accept flaws, how to look past them, never learned how to be okay with them.
That's the most sound advice anyone would ever give you, Sumi.
No, Amma. Do you know how many of these kind of men are actually available? And if you top it with a rigid woman like me who doesn't want to settle, what will I get? Nothing. I will be utterly alone because I didn't stop being disappointed in my partner and never learned how to compromise.
I didn't know that you were affected so much by this. You never showed it.
There were plenty of signs, Ma. You were just too self absorbed. Amma, 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 are you listening? Okay, What were the questions you wanted to ask me about solo parenting?
Oh, I was curious about how you're going to pay for this baby, for its future, and all the bills that comes along with one life.
I have savings. Anyway, it's not like you go in today and get a baby tomorrow. There are several methods to be checked down, donors to be locked down, and after that, also, there is no guarantee that it will stick in the first attempt. My point is that I want to start when I'm young and fit. So, by the time it happens, I'm fully ready. I'm also up for promotion next summer.
Sumi, get serious. You can achieve all this if you follow the natural course of things and be patient. You'll find a suitable boy, Sumi. I'm sure of it.
No, Amma, you're not understanding me. I don't want to find someone. I want to skip all those steps and have my baby. I don't want to do anything with anybody's parents, cousins, friends, relatives, pets. And all I really want is to focus on a small life. Amma, I've always been maternal. And now it's become an ache in me, gnawing at my heart every day.
Okay, fine. Suppose this all works out. And someday you meet someone after the baby is born. Then what?
Then I will be the lucky one because if the guy is genuinely nice, he wouldn't have a problem with my lifestyle choices or decisions. It's the perfect litmus test, to be honest.
What if we are stuck by some natural calamity? Or else the money runs out? Or you lose your job?
I'll just chip in my dowry then.
Ah, sorry. I spent it all on the world tour that I'm going on with Shashi and our other single friends.
No wonder we went bankrupt.
Seems fitting since I'm going to retire from the bank in a year.
You can't say I didn't time this properly. I knew you would be available to babysit my child just in time.
Not me. I'm not going to be tied down like this. You sacrifice your freedom all you want. Don't encroach on mine.
That's what grandparents are for. Free labor.
Get your father to do it. I'm not changing any more diapers.
He's already on board. It's your turn to look after the baby for once.
Oh, that really hurt me, Sumi. How am I going to live with all this guilt now?
Yeah, I can see that you're really losing your sleep over it. Ma,
You know, what if the baby grows up to resent you? Or they don't like the idea of growing up without a father? Or someone says something to them that turns them against you?
I guess you try your best, right? You can give them everything imaginable, but they still might end up hating you. There is no right way to parent, is there?